Hello everybody and welcome. I am the Beta Plan and this is Kushite Kings 3, where we are playing as a Tasati Empire led by the famous Tunjur dynasty. After all, they were responsible for the reformation of the Kushite religion and the resurgence of, an empire loosely based on the Egyptian empire, because, well, we definitely do adhere to some of the same gods. We have a little bit of a different rearrangement, and what is important, like Wawet. And Amun is definitely important, but it's not Amun-Ra. And on top of that, well, our borders are a little bit more to the west and the east, or southeast, I should say, than the original Egyptian empire. Now, I actually had somebody say, like, I really would love to see you play and conquer indeed all of Africa, as you originally said. And you know what? The current mod that I was waiting for the other series, which is the Bronze Age Total Conversion mod. By the way, there are some other amazing Total Conversion mods coming up. That there are some of them that I will play. I'm very curious to have them, but that's neither here or there. This is about this series. But yeah, that one is not updated yet. That person got a little addicted to another game, and well, we all have that at times. So I'm not gonna push like, hey, do this. That's not my position to do. So in the meantime, I thought, well, maybe we'll make some additional episodes of this series. I'll hope you enjoy that. And you know, why not make another incredibly lengthy gameplay? So, what are we going to try to do in the short term? Well, Khazaria over here is no longer an empire worthy of note. Not to us. It's weak. And we basically own the Sirte Duchy, except that we don't. We just simply don't own the Duchy title. But we can create it, and that's because Sirte and Sahara are dividing those two lands. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say to this man, hey, this duchy, by the grace of your emperor, I bestow it upon you, and we will fight for your claim, good sir. Because we do want to push a little. On the other hand, I also see a juicy target in this new Yemen and Arabia that have been formed, who also have like, oh man. So basically, we're going to be very warlike. We're going to wage a war for this duchy, so that this is no longer a colony, outpost, whatever you have of the empire, but we will have continuous land across the border. We're going to call that war. We're going to say to Arabia immediately, hey, Medina, that's the Zuri part of ours. That's going to cost us some prestige. And Khazaria, we're going to seize the de jure claim over there. You're like, dude, that's 3 wars against 3 different people and 2 different places. You're nuts. And maybe I am. But I also want to show off a few new things here in 1.2.1. First of all, a thing they've altered. I don't know if they listened to me, but there are a few things I like. First of all, look at this UI. Now, when I open this, okay, when I click here, and now it gets a little bit full. But in general, this has been made a little smaller, and personally, I love this. This doesn't make me feel like, this symbol is so much in my face. So I'm personally very much appreciative of it. Now, another thing you can do is, say if I raise all here, and with the new system we know that armies get split, but if I hold the control key, it no do it. Which makes it easier for me to do the trick that we here at this channel know, and probably in some other channels as well. I mean, I don't look at every other person's channel, you know. But yeah, we will make use of that in order to start sieging over here. Actually, we won't. It's a bad show. What I first want to do is take care of these wars. Because I said this war, but it's both Yemen that I would like to have raise local army, and Arabia. That's sorry for the little small pause there. I was like, what other name does that country have? Oh yeah. By the way, interestingly enough, this is my rival. But I didn't realize that apparently when I gave him land. So the duchy we're fighting for. Wrong war. Sorry, Yemen war. That includes your capital. So let us go to your capital. Then we're gonna go way up north. Gonna raise a local army. I hope that is big enough to siege. It probably will be though, right? 800 men? Might be a bit on the... No, that's not enough. Raise all here. Oh, yeah, now it does this. Which in this case is kind of fine, because I don't need these guys. I don't think I need those. But everything else is fine. Wait, what now? We know she cheated on me. That's why I, in the end, divorced this lady, imprisoned her, and thought like, then we don't have another child. But, apparently, Ok is considered mine? Hold on, she is Amazonian and has no negative traits? I mean, the problem is we can't be sure, because the guy that impregnated, was it him, or was it... No, I think it was this guy, right? Well, maybe it is my child. Oopsie poopsie. Because she's also no longer my lover, because, well, divorced me, exposed my secret, she's in prison. But Ok gets sickly. We actually have another daughter. Well, that is not a problem, but... Yeah, oh well. Your forces captured... Ooh. I do not want to execute him. I want to ransom him. He no have money. He be bad man. I can... He's your brother. It's not your heir. Oh, unfortunate. Oh. Captured heir, 25%. But this is your primary heir. Dang it. Should not have given that away. Oh, well. I on purposely looked at like, can we do this? And then it was like, no, you can't. I mean, didn't look like 0. Oh yeah, 0 on current message read. You can transfer. Ooh. Oh, you own the Delta. Sure, I will grant that vessel then. That's fine. You can have him. Alright, so we have enough men here to siege apparently. How many men can we hold over here? Supply limit is not high enough in general. But what we can do is we can move up just a scooch. And then we can have all the armies here in support. No, 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 not you. We must stop the villain behind us. I don't know what it is, but we must stop the villainy within our realm. May not be present. So, we've done this. That's that. And you're sieging down there. I think I'm okay with that. We have a sieger over here. That is good. You are not a sieger. Do we have a sieger? Yes, we do. I thought so, because we had invested in a few sieging personnel. Now, that is just a juicy army, but I'm waiting. Oh, I inherited something. A temple of Igna. That is... Whoa. Randomly very nice. Carborite order found it. Sure. We're planning on doing something like that, but... there we go. There we have the true heir. So, let's check for a moment here. It's 34%. How much money do you own? Like, is it worthwhile for us to, say, ransom her? No, it isn't. So we'll just say enforce demands. And with that, look at it. I personally like this. I don't know about you. And Yemen is now a slither. A slither, I say, across that border. What we're now going to do is disband you. We're going to raise this army down here. I think up there might be... No, actually it doesn't. We can raise it there. Raise local army. And let's do this. Let's select a commander. And you can go and fight there. Look, it's a according to the game, an easy win, but we have seen that they're not always accurate. Let us find some people to present this land to. Lowborn, you're not a ruler, you're an adult. You're a male, you're not married, because otherwise I know of other things that may go wrong. And I also want you to live for some time. Ooh, there you go, with a nice virtue. You're granted that. With a virtue and with, oh, this one is perfect. 2 virtues and a learning focus. That's a winner. That is what I call a winner. A duke to be, and I will grant it to you. Alright. So, this duchy title, we can create it. Grant the title. There we go. That works. There we go. You are now the petty king of Sana. You are going to hold the border over there. And I think that that is a pretty good one. We should have actually declared war on that guy as well. He is running. He's a running. Now Khazaria is going to be a long war. We know this. I think I need somebody with better, faster troop movement. Something tells me that he has faster troop movement. Do we have one that has this trait? Nope, we're out of troop movers. That could be annoying. Oh, yep. You're annoying. So where are you going? As soon as he knows that we're gonna go there as well, he's just gonna go further and further and further. Oh, he's willing to fight over there. That is a bad choice, I would say. Have you no shame? Grab her. And we were granted something else. This lady is very nice to have. Because he wants... The Vitalist Reformation. That's the first time I see that one. Estonia. Oh, that's a large Estonia. That happens more often, though. Don't get me wrong, but the Vitalist Reformation. I ought to look at their religion. What did you do? Ooh, looks very nice when with their symbol that is shined from behind it. So show me Vitalist. Still sanctity of nature. Yeah, that's kind of nice. And ancestral worship. They didn't really change anything. There might be some change that I don't recognize. Okay. He doesn't even hold the title of Norway, but he has... Sure. You do you. But yeah, I think this is a bad battlefield for them. Because here, both our Sahel horsemen and our camel riders are good. Which are most of our troops. So... Thank you. And we grabbed a hostage. That is... not the primary heir. We captured heir for 10%, but I think his money might be worth more, but he doesn't have the cash to pay for it. Alright, so let's see what Khazaria does. Committed suicide. Ritual suicide would be so much better, because I assume that he's done that. Is there a way to see how virtuous... Wow! How virtuous this man was. Age of 61, so there's a chance he indeed did do that. We can hold a Mystic Communion. We don't need the piety anymore, so yeah, that's a very good idea. Uh-oh. Except that I gain ill, which is not something I like. But we do have Iron Constitution. Restraint doesn't matter because I will show you in a moment. I will first unlock Carefree. I am a reveler. And if you are a reveler, you cannot unlock celibacy. So that is one of the problems. Do no more than is necessary. Excellent work. Do I see that Arabia has a rebellion? Liberty War. Alright. Doesn't matter, we're still gonna go for Medina. I think we may be able to up... okay, so Khazaria. Right now you have 4 wars, among which is one of them is mine. Maybe we ought to go here before so that there doesn't take as long for them to get back. I don't know. But I don't expect them... No, it's still costing a year for them to be re-raised. I'm just saying, we're gonna do it like this. I don't expect them to very quickly come with boats down. He doesn't have a lot of money. He is paying a lot of cash though. Was he sending boats down? I would not advise that, but hey. He and I are different people. I rule an... Well, actually we both rule an empire, but still. You rule an empire that... I mean, you cannot discredit this dynasty. I think this dynasty, the Macedon dynasty, I don't know why they did it, but they made the Byzantine Empire Jewish, of course, huh? Don't forget this. We have a Jewish... why did I pronounce it like that? That was so over-exaggerated. We have a Jewish... Oh, this is all... Nee, this is Norse Zatru. Why is it showing like you are striped? Because you have turned Catholic. Alright, and you are on a crusade? In the crusade for the anointed kingdom of Romagna. I had forgotten that. It's been a while. Alright, the Byzantine Empire is at war. Yeah, we can definitely shake things up a little bit. Do I want to make our daughter Craven? No, I don't think that is likely, because she's not going to go into battle, so the bonus of less likely dying in battle is down. Scheme secrecy is getting improved, but yeah, lazy is a sin for us. Arbitrary is actually better. It's a net 0 loss of traits. Yeah, I'm gonna make her arbitrary. I'm not saying it's a good education, but still. Hello. Did you just occupy? He's occupying things over here. Okay. First siege this down. Then we will deal with that. Ooh, Dynasty Legacy. By the way, nobody answered. So, you know what? I'm going to go with this one. I am going to go with Fakund. I think Fakund is much better than any of the ones over here. I really wish they would add, for instance, Pure Blood. Because I think that is like the thing for our architected ancestry. But you only get heal quick or commonly. And I rather have a trait that is immediately the top trait. And extra life expectancy might be nice for us with all the inbreeding. And the fertility as well counters some of that possibility. So I'm considering Fakund. I know that people would love to get me some dwarven giant or albino things. We're gonna do that. Just not this series, okay? Not this series. What I could do, however, is perhaps go with quick to guarantee that these two will get a quick child. Because they need now. The chance that they will strengthen the bloodline is so small. He has a negative trait. If that gets inherited, a problem. The Herculean needs to survive, or we have a problem. This handsome may go one down to commonly, but the quick also needs to stay. I don't think we can strengthen them. Let me just say, otherwise, the chance for it is not very high. But Fakund is always nice. And after that, I think we're gonna go in there because I'm not crazy about Octogenarians. Life expectancy +5. This already gives that. Why would I do anything else? Sometimes you can, and if you get your life expectancy too high, it becomes a problem. So let's just do this. Architect Ancestry. Fecund. Will now happen more in our dynasty. This sieging is really annoying. The Vile Fiend. My cousin was captured. Sure. That is an attrition I am not okay with suffering. Let us, and now we can't siege anymore, so I have to get back in. And I have to give the siege commander over here the task of sieging this down. You bastards! But hey, it's a genuine thing. Sometimes armies just couldn't siege down because... Oh, we can pray the Temple of Hibis. We are definitely... Or Hibis? I don't know. We're definitely going to do that anyway, at least. Let's pray to Amun again, Lord of the Sun. Oh, this time I do not get a boon. Does not favor you this day. What have I done to offend you, O Lord Amun? It must have been grievous indeed. Oh, neighbor ruler won. No, lost. Okay, so... The anointed kingdom of Romagna has been liberated. Spoleto is out. Alright. Well, at least that gave them something to do other than bothering me all the time. There we go. We sieged down what we wanted to siege down. That is good. And I see that my vassal over here is desieging this. Oh, but that is not in this war. Okay, so I really just have to desiege this. And they captured 2 things over here, so we definitely need to get this going. Apparently I lost a chancellor. That is alright, let's do this. Oh, I see another chancellor that I think is not very good. This is a very poor court chaplain. Fire her, he needs to be on the council and he is much better. And we definitely ought to start preaching on new religion. Well, we just got this. So let's try and help out over there, I reckon. No, let's not do there. Oh, the old Kushite is already more or less destroyed. We had a little bit of a resurgence of old Kushite. She is old Kushite though. But she is a high chance of accepting, so... Blessed be Wet. Doesn't change her county, but everything is fine. Oh, and there is my rival dying. Not a day too soon. So... yeah, you changed your religion. The question is... Our war is now going well. Like, there's no longer an issue regarding that I need to get here as fast as I can in order to prevent this from happening. Mental resilience. So I am taking the boat. My daughter overcomes her sickliness. Alright. Oh no, they sieged it down just in time. Really? Alright. Let's choose a better commander. That changed also much how this battle would go. Unfortunately, this battle is for the war. So it seemed. Yeah, it did count for the war, even though you... Oh no, you're an ally of, apparently. Ah, I thought you were this duke. Never you mind, that is a good thing. Condemn him for his transgressions, absolutely. He will not be ransomed, apparently. The point of the matter is, of course, that we want the Kushite religion to remain strong in their fervor. This is Yemen. That's fine. We can sell to Yemen. Not gonna sell you. We would sell you for 100. That is fine. This is not an heir. I don't think it will be a problem if I sell her. I do want a commander again that is good at sieging. Unfortunately, I have to change this every time. And I don't want to break up this army, because this army is large enough that I am worried about it. Adequate bargainer. There we go. At least the tradition has been kept. A brother-sister marriage has been done. Let us hope they will make a most beautiful baby that is not inbred. Now, let's go here. Did you see that? He had 4 army men over there, and they were like, nope, ally, you're just gonna have to do this on your own. We don't want to fight in this war. You could just surrender, you know. There you go. Getting his ally destroyed. And let's siege this down. I think that these wars are won. What happened to you? Oh no, a populist uprising. Right at the moment that I needed you. Not to be annoying. Are you gonna deal with that? Yes, you are. Good. That is good for us. I really ought to spend, by the way, I have 1,500. I have 1,500 gold. 1,500 or 1,500. One of the two be the plan, not both. That's now how it works. It's not how it works. Let's get this upgraded. Oh, hold on. Aboard? Can I? No, I cannot. Well, just checking if I can already get the better buildings. Luckily, once you start deciding to spend money, certainly if your income and ours isn't that great yet, is low, it is quickly it's quickly done. Yeah, was just about to say I didn't upgrade you, right? For a moment there I thought I might have upgraded that. There you go. Upgrade it all. Let us become ever stronger. 92% in our favor. They're sieging down that. Oh, they're now double sieging that. I thought they would help me, but they do not. But maybe once I do this. Come on. There it is. 100% war score. I'm not waiting for anything. I am not gonna ransom. I'm gonna release this guy, I think, the ransomer. But I don't want this to be besieged again by somebody else. By that populist revolt. So we'll do it like this. We'll just have to accept that we release this guy. Dangerous faction. Civil war. Peasant rebel. Apparently the aggressive warring is annoying the peasants again. Oh, the peasants, the peasants, the peasants. You're almost ready, but thank you, that is a good one. Let's just... maybe we shouldn't have ransomed her. Sometimes it's really good to keep a girl, because they might get some really nice claims once they grow up, and then, because you have them in prison, you can tell them, hey, convert faith and become part of my court. They won't like it, but they tend to do that quite often, and then all of a sudden you have all kinds of claims. Oh, there, one of my prisoners just died. Alright. You just need some cash, boy. Oh, yeah, let's call a hunt and then end the episode. Actually, I've been speeding up so much that it's not that problem. Move, I'm trained in medicine, yes. He gains 20 opinion of me. That is pretty good, considering you're not too happy with me. This dangerous rebellion. 6 months. Discontent. Sigh. Oh no, that is the core of our realm. That is the core. It's the offensive wars. They just don't like the fact that we have offensive wars. We're almost there with having no offensive wars, but yeah, this is gonna happen. I won't be able to hold that back. I probably... Oh, let's visit the Fountain of the Sun. Let's improve with the locals more. The highest chance to improve with locals. Hope to be back soon, and popular opinion gets a boost. Health gets a boost. Diplomacy, stewardship, this is nice. So with that, are you still annoyed with me? Will you still rebel? Will you still go rebel, 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 rebel? Yeah, you still will rebel, rebel, rebel. Monthly change +2. That is annoying. I probably will deal with this off camera because, yes, it's annoying, and yes, we would, but they're not going to destroy our realm. Ooh. But we did also just do this. We can found a holy order. Yeah, we can. We may want to build a city, actually. Because if we build a city, we can grant it to the holy order. Just a simple city, nothing special. These are fully built, so we can either build it over there, but that has a very good spot. Where are your locations? Oh, this is this is dry lands. That is not as good. You know that in floodplains, and I mean you can which buildings you can build. So maybe once if we hold more, we want to have certain locations for ourselves. For instance, building a city here or a castle here, you can make very defensive buildings that will aid it. But I am looking. Where is this one? Oh, down there where we originally came from. That's where we're going to build a city. And that city we're going to give to a holy order. That is the idea. 400 gold. That's a lot of gold. That's a lot of gold. I can then modify some contracts because I did do these guys some serious favors. And considering I just spent a lot of cash, and it does help. Not for you though. So for you I'm gonna get some extra men. There we go. We won't negotiate an alliance. We can't usurp this title. Oh, you're the High Chieftain of Thais. Interesting. Well, as said, I'm gonna end the episode here. Off camera, I will deal with this peasant revolt. We'll come back and hopefully also maybe have some knowledge about having a baby. I say thank you for watching, and remember, great peril yields great beauty.